Hey everybody, it's Anastasha Grace here from anastashagrace.com, and I would like to record this video about why nothing makes sense in our life. If you have ever experienced that, or maybe you have not, well, I will share my experience with all these inconsistencies in our lives and how it never ever made any sense to me, and now I know why. I am an energy healer, transformational coach, channeler, change facilitator, NLP practitioner. I work with subconscious, I work with people's traumas, emotional body, mental body. I work on the level of mind, body, spirit. So deeply kind of involved in those realms and have been on deep spiritual journey for many years, since 17, very intensely kind of experiencing and growing in my spiritual journey. And the reason why, and now I am I'm a channeler and have certain clairaudience, clairaudience abilities. So I do use those non-conventional methods to explore what is actually happening in our reality, not just on the level that we see, on the level of 3D that we can experience, touch, feel, see, smell, taste, but also on other levels of our life, which is energetic, which is vibrational, and which is multidimensional. How did I get here? Basically, my starting point was exactly that. Nothing in this life made sense to me since I was about 7 or 8. Nothing. Everything that I saw around me in 3D reality, in the world, in the way the world was created, shaped, and run, it just made no sense. It was very obvious to me that that's not how it's supposed to be, and that's not the right way. And any teachings that I was receiving were not making sense. That just would not align whatever there is. I studied. I started reading when I was 4.5, and I have never stopped. I read at least 1-2 books a week. I have studied very diligently religion, spirituality, like Scientology, law of attraction, all of the new age information that is coming our way, and that's became so popular in recent years. All the conspiracy theories, all the traditional teachings and learnings, and nothing actually ever made a total sense in regards to, well, this is inconsistent. You're telling me this, but it's not happening this way. You teaching me about like religion and Christ, and there are so many inconsistencies there. You're teaching me history, but then there are so many inconsistencies there. You're teaching me about law of attraction, how I will attract and how I manifest, but the life does not reflect it at all. I now work with people's, mental and emotional health. And again, there are so many inconsistencies being so powerful on the inside, in our vibration, in our soul essence, how come we do keep so small, so traumatized, so limited, so scared that every single human being has this huge, enormous problem with self-confidence, with trusting themselves, trusting life, trusting the world, carrying huge traumas around love, being loved, not being loved, accepted, not being accepted, being judged, criticized, criticizing themselves. No matter how kind, beautiful, open-hearted the person is, there's just a huge pile of traumas stacked one on another. And again, which is so hard to shift. Even when we do in the sessions, we work so deeply to release of them, release them, and how quickly they can, pile back on, and how quickly for a person from that heightened, inspired state drop in again into fear, scarcity, worry, depression, anxiety, and how many inconsistencies are in the world where we kind of learn that you just need to be a good person, vibrate on higher vibrations, send love for everyone, and the world will start reflecting to you. But at the same time, we're seeing how much poverty, horror, terror, slavery out there, child trafficking, like there's pornographic rings and conspiracies, and people just working against each other, and whole nations, whole countries being completely in the most horrific situations in their life conditions, surviving, hardly surviving on a daily, day-to-day basis. So have you ever asked yourself why everything is so inconsistent? On one hand, I am told, like, to believe the God, pray God, if you're religious, or connect to the divine, connect to my soul, feel the vibration of love, send it to the world around you, and then it will come back to you, and the life will get better, and it will reflect in your life. But no matter what you do, you don't see the results. Like good people suffering from poverty, from exhaustion, bad things happening to them. To me, it never ever made sense. None of the rules that I run, the way this 3D world, our realities run, none of it made sense. I guess the good thing is that I was born in Soviet Union, which was at that time like most mind control country with the huge rules, controls, and regulations imposed on the population. So that from very early age made me see how ridiculous it is, and how against life it is, and how it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Of course, when you're born in a beautiful, magical, relaxed country like Australia, it's not that intense. Life is kind of good. You do need to survive, you need to work hard, you need to kind of pay your mortgages, you gotta do all the normal things that are that life entails, so you don't actually question much. But again, what are the normal things? Why do you think that chasing your whole life to pay off some mortgage for your own home, to have a right to have your own place on this planet is actually normal. This is your birthright. You have arrived here on this planet. You were born here. Don't you think you at least need to have a right to have your own place and your own home, and so you can have enough space of your own? Don't you think that would be more normal than working for 30 years paying off mortgage because someone else told you so, because someone else is keeping that money? And now it's becoming so clear and so obvious, and it's so great to be in this time of life where everything is getting exposed and more people are waking up, more people are asking questions the way I started asking a long time ago. It's like, what's going on? This is not making any sense. On the vibration level of the soul, we are joyous light beings. The vibration of life itself, the energy of life, is joy. When you tune in energetically to any plant, any being that is alive, go and try and hug a tree and disconnect from everything and actually hug it and feel in the juices flowing in the tree and the life moving through that tree. And the vibration of it is joy. It's alive. So if that's our essence, if that's the essence of everything that is on this planet, why there is so much suffering? Well, the reason is because there's constant battle of shadow and light is happening, and everything that is not life, that is not joy, is actually against it. And that's not something that we are creating as humans, as people, because on a human level, again, on humans, on certain level, we are all the same. We are vibrating on vibration of love and joy and happiness and aliveness. Aliveness, inspiration, excitement, constantly birthing life. Imagine your soul, your cells are renewing every second while you're alive. So that means that there is a birth happening in you every single moment, like a new life reappearing. So that's like a new spark of energy is happening constantly in your body. You are alive, and the energy of life force is inspiration, excitement, birthing. It's like burst and burst again and burst again. Imagine how would life be if we were allowed to be fully in that state, completely, constantly birthing and birthing and birthing ideas, creation, creativity, ourselves, our inspiration, our self-expression, sharing openly, trust, full of trust, not worrying, not going crazy about what's the next day is going to bring. Because that's our normal state, that's our natural state of a child that hasn't been yet suppressed, scared, punished, conditioned, and so on and so forth. So I invite you to start thinking, what are you choosing? What are you focusing on? And start dismissing, not buying into the negative, into the fear, into scarcity, into the worry, into the bad stuff. Because when we stop buying into it, it will stop existing. It will have no time and space in our in our energetic field. It just will not have any kind of ability to live in it. If you are, a person that's superstitious or believes in like entities or negativity attached to you, well, let me tell you, the negativity will never attach to you if you are completely fully filling up your space with your energy. There's no one to come in. It's like having your door of your house closed. When you are fully in your house, you present. As soon as you leave your home, you emptied it out, you get distracted by something else and you leave the door open. Guess what? Like, some uninvited guests might start coming in and start using your stuff, right? You start taking advantage of your things. But if you're fully present, you're right here, you're owning your things, you're owning your energetic field, your physical field. No one can ever attach to you. No one can ever take advantage of you. It's all about growing your own inner power, your own determination, your own will, your decisiveness, your decisiveness to be here, to be present, to be now, taking responsibility for yourself, for your space, for your emotions, for your feelings, for your thoughts, for what you create, for how you vibrate, and what you buy into and what you don't buy into. Don't waste your time buying into negativity or low vibrations. Just don't waste time on it. Don't entertain that. Don't entertain those thoughts, those feelings, those emotions. Just don't. Choose not to. Command yourself not to. Decree not to. It's very easy once you start. It's a bit like startling if you hear it for the first time, you have never done it, but trust me, once you get into the habit, it's very easy to stop a negative thought. You just go like, what's this? Shut up. Boom, done. So that's my invitation for you today, to increase your power, increase your sovereignty, claim back the authority over your life, over your space, over this planet, over what's going on around you, and start teaching people around you as well, not buy into it, but create a different world every single day, every single moment of your life. Love you very much. It's Anastasha Grace. Thanks for being with me.